FAQ on raising rabbits without relying on a feed store. What are the primary options for feeding meat rabbits without commercial feed, and what are their pros and cons? There are two main options, a forage-only diet and a forage-plus-grain diet. A forage-only diet, consisting of grasses, hay, alfalfa, and weeds, is generally cheaper and can make rabbits more self-sufficient, especially when using a rabbit tractor. However, rabbits on a forage-only diet may take longer to reach maturity and have less body fat. A forage-plus-grain diet, incorporating grains like corn, wheat, barley, and oats, will lead to faster growth and increased fat on the animals. The higher fat content can be beneficial in survival situations, but this option requires more labor and planning for growing the grains. Both options are viable and successful. How much forage do rabbits need, and how can I calculate it? For a forage-only diet, rabbits need approximately 1.5 times their body weight in dry forage per month. For instance, a 10-pound rabbit would require about 15 pounds of dry forage each month. This number can be adjusted based on your rabbit's body condition, reduce the amount if there is leftover forage, and increase the amount if the animal is always running out. To calculate yearly needs, multiply the monthly forage amount by 12. For instance, a 10-pound rabbit would eat approximately 180 pounds of forage in a year. In a forage-plus-grain diet, you'll cut the amount of forage in half and replace it with grains. A good rule of thumb is to give a rabbit a bundle of hay per day that is approximately its size. How does a rabbit's digestive system work, and why is it important for their diet? Rabbits need a balance of carbohydrates and crude fiber, which provide energy and help maintain digestive flow. They also require fatty acids for nutrient absorption, protein for growth and reproduction, and minerals and vitamins for overall health. Rabbits produce two types of manure, hard pellets and soft night feces called cecotropes. Cecotropes contain essential B vitamins and proteins that rabbits need but don't naturally reabsorb, so they consume them immediately after excretion to recirculate these nutrients. Understanding these needs is crucial for providing a balanced and healthy diet, regardless of the feed source. What is the best time to butcher meat rabbits, and what does it mean for yield? The most efficient time to butcher meat rabbits is at around 8 weeks old, where the feed-to-meat conversion ratio is approximately 3 pounds of feed to 1 pound of meat. While it is the most efficient in terms of feed, you get the smallest amount of meat at this time. Butchering at 12 weeks gives you a larger carcass, while you wait for 4 to 6 months to get the maximum size rabbit and also a pelt. The feed conversion ratio at this stage is closer to 4, but it yields more meat and a usable pelt. The decision of when to butcher should balance efficiency with the desire for meat volume and pelts. What are rabbit tractors, and how can they help reduce feed costs? Rabbit tractors are portable, usually wire-bottomed enclosures that allow rabbits to graze on fresh vegetation in a contained area. By using a rabbit tractor and regularly moving it to fresh pasture, it can significantly reduce the need for supplemental feed, especially during the growing season. In some regions with mild winters, this can eliminate the need for harvested forage for the bulk of the year. Using a rabbit tractor also reduces labor by lessening the need to collect fresh feed manually, and also reduces the need to do some cage cleanings. What are the necessary components of a balanced rabbit diet, and where can they be found in natural food sources? Rabbits need carbs, crude fiber, fatty acids, protein, minerals, and vitamins. Carbs and fiber are abundant in grasses, leafy greens, and grains. Fatty acids can be obtained from seeds, nuts, and even the seed heads of grasses. Alfalfa is a great source of protein for does. Grass is better for bucks. Minerals come from plants and soil, with younger plants like sprouts being higher in mineral content. Vitamins are found in leafy greens, vegetables, grains, seeds, fruits, legumes, and rabbit cecotropes. How much space is required to grow enough forage and grain for rabbits? For a forage-only diet, each adult rabbit needs about 2,000 square feet of space per year, while each meat rabbit will need 50 to 215 square feet. For example, a buck, three does, and their offspring may require anywhere from 1/3 to 2/3 of an acre of forage. If fertilizing and irrigating, you can likely reduce that space in half. If you add grains to the diet, the amount of forage needed is reduced in half, but you must add the space needed to grow your grain crops, which can be anywhere between 1/3 to 4/5 of an acre depending on the grain type. These numbers are per year and can vary by the type of yield you expect in your region.